Hey, hey, my dear friends, fellow anglers and lovers of the great outdoors, welcome back to the channel. I'm your ever-enthusiastic fishing guide, and today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of our upcoming fishing forecast. We're zeroing in on a very special day, the 7th of February 2026. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. February? In the USA, isn't that a tough month for fishing? And to that, my friends, I say, you're in for a surprise. This day, based on our in-depth analysis of typical winter patterns, holds some fantastic, albeit challenging, opportunities. Stick around because I'm going to share some insider tips that will help you turn a potentially slow day into a memorable catch. You'll learn exactly where the fish will be hiding and what they'll be biting on. Let's talk tactics, because that's what truly matters on the water. For our northern and midwestern friends, the cold water warriors, the Northern Pike and Walleye, will be on the menu. Pike, those toothy critters, are often more active in cold water than many realize. You'll want to focus your efforts on the deeper edges of weed lines, submerged timber, or rocky points, especially those that drop off into 20 to 30 feet of water. Why there? Because that's where the bait fish often school up for thermal refuge. As for bait, a slow-retrieved, larger suspending jerkbait in natural baitfish patterns or heavy jig tipped with a dead baitfish will be incredibly effective. Remember, slow is the key. Their metabolism is down, so they won't chase fast. For walleye, target main lake points and humps, particularly those with access to deep water, say from 25 to 40 feet. Vertical jigging with a spoon or a shiver minnow is a deadly tactic. Look for subtle bites. It's often just a slight weight or a tap. Moving on to the panfish champions, crappie and perch. These guys are winter staples across much of the USA. They'll be tightly schooled up, typically suspended over deeper basins or around structure like bridge pilings, brush piles, or flooded timber in 10 to 20 feet of water. If you find one, you've likely found 100. Light tackle is essential here. A small jig head, 1/16 to 1/32 ounce, tipped with a tiny plastic grub, a small minnow, or even a wax worm under a sensitive slip bobber. The trick is to present it slowly and subtly, just above where you're seeing them on your sonar. These schools offer some of the most consistent action in winter, and a great way to fill your cooler. For trout, especially in rivers and streams, look for slower, deeper pools and current breaks where they can conserve energy. Small jigs, nymphs, or even tiny spinners fished slowly along the bottom will get their attention. Now for the conditions that are shaping our fishing day. The weather on this 7th of February 2026 across much of the central and northern USA is expected to be characteristically cold. We're looking at air temperatures hovering around 25 to 30 degrees Fahrenheit in the morning, climbing to a chilly mid-30s to low 40s during the day. Atmospheric pressure should be relatively stable, perhaps with a slow, gentle rise after a recent cold front. This stability, my friends, is actually a good sign for winter fishing, allowing the fish to settle into a more predictable pattern after any major weather shifts. Winds will likely be light to moderate, coming from the north or northwest, adding to the crisp winter feel. We can expect mostly clear skies, maybe with a chance of a very light scattered snow flurry in some regions, but generally dry conditions. Water temperatures in most freshwater bodies will be quite cold, likely ranging from the upper 30s to mid-40s Fahrenheit. In the northernmost states, you might even find some ice fishing opportunities. This cold water significantly slows down fish metabolism, meaning they'll be less inclined to chase fast-moving baits, and will be holding in deeper, more stable thermal zones. The current temperature trends indicate that fish will be conserving energy, making slow, precise presentations crucial. As for the moon, on February 7, 2026, we're in the waning gibbous phase with about 69% of the moon illuminated. Now, many old-school anglers, and heck, even some modern ones, swear by the moon's influence on fishing. While the scientific community sometimes debates the extent, there's a popular belief that the waning gibbous can mean a slightly slower bite than a full or new moon, but still offers decent windows of activity, especially around dawn and dusk, or during moonrise and moonset. It's often considered a time for steady but not spectacular fishing, provided other conditions are favourable. Overall, my friends, for February 7th, 2026, I'd give the general assessment for fishing across the USA a medium to good rating, trending towards good if you target the right species and apply the right cold water tactics. It's certainly a challenging but rewarding day. The key is the relative stability of the pressure after any recent cold fronts, which helps stabilize fish behavior despite the chilly air and water temperatures. Focus on those deeper holding areas, present your bait slowly, and pay close attention to your electronics. Don't expect a frantic bite, but be ready for deliberate takes. So there you have it, friends, my forecast for the 7th of February 2026. I wish you all tight lines and nothing but fish. If you found this forecast helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming tips and forecasts. And tell me in the comments below, what are your go-to winter fishing tactics? What species do you chase in the cold, and what's your secret weapon? Share your wisdom and let's build this amazing community together. See you on the water.